Good morning, everybody. We've got a higher trade in the grain markets here on Monday. It is 5:58 a.m. Central Time as I speak here. May corn futures up 9.5 cents at 744.5. December corn up 7 at 695. May soybeans up 12 cents at 1594 3/4. November beans up 11 1/4 at 1418. May Chicago wheat up 9.5 at 994. May Kansas City wheat up 11 cents at 1024. May spring wheat is up 11.5 at 1076 3/4. If you guys are listening on the podcast, appreciate it, guys. Leave me a rating or review on that Apple app in particular. If you are watching on YouTube, my goal is to hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're up to 4,600 as of this past weekend. So hit that subscribe button, like these videos, leave me a comment. All of those things would help me to grow this channel. If you need some additional assistance from me, guys, go to my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Check out my premium subscription service. You get my morning emails, all my grain marketing recommendations, a ton of weather info, daily subscriber-only videos. I do a video just for my subscribers, premium subscribers, every single day. I did one on Friday where I went through the corn and soybean balance sheets, and I plugged in last week's acreage numbers from USDA, ran through a number of different scenarios when it comes to yield, demand, and price implications. So if you guys are interested in that sort of content, you want to see this video, sign up for that premium deal today. I will send it out to you. Ukraine has reportedly regained control of the capital of Kiev. This was a quote from Ukraine's deputy defense minister. The whole Kiev region is liberated from the invader. Ukraine claims that about 18,000 Russian troops had been killed since the start of the war. Russian air activity has increased in the southeast part of Ukraine, however. Activity in that eastern part of the country remains very much ongoing. Apparently, there will be some additional video calls potentially between the two countries as early as today, even as Ukraine accuses Russia of carrying out atrocities in towns across northern Ukraine. So we've heard a lot regarding, war crimes, things along those lines, crimes against humanity, all sorts of nasty stuff. But in any case, they may talk here again today. Now, maybe more grain market specific. Ukraine's key port city of Odessa was struck by Russian missiles yesterday, and I'm seeing some conflicting news regarding this. A couple of the news outlets suggesting that missiles struck an oil refinery and a fuel storage facility, and then I read other things indicating that some of these export terminals were severely damaged, like to the point where it's going to take, several months, if not years, to repair them. Britain's defense minister said that Russia is strategically blockading the Black Sea and Sea of Azoff in order to prevent Ukraine from rearming. Reuters reported over the weekend that Ukraine's railways are backlogged with grain on the country's western border. So grain traders or exporters in Ukraine are attempting to, seek alternatives when it comes to exports because they can't use the Black Sea ports. So they're trying to use rail. It's not going extremely well, I don't think. In other Ukraine ag news, the country's ag minister, and this is the new ag minister, revised the country's spring planting estimates upward. 13.4 million hectares. That's only a decline of 20% in regard to spring acreage is what he's projecting. Last month, the former ag minister said only 7 million hectares. So he thought we were going to decline by, more than half. And now the new ag minister says you're going to decline by 20%. I'm not sure exactly where this will end up. There was no breakdown given regarding expected acreage and what the rotation will be, any of that sort of stuff. So still some unknowns there. Large money managers continue to hold heavy net long positions in the row crop markets. CFTC had its weekly commitment of traders report out on Friday. Funds reduced their net long or net length in the corn, soybean, and wheat markets slightly in the week ending last Tuesday, but this, of course, has all changed since the report was out Thursday last week. But as of March 28th, large money managers were net long 342,000 contracts of corn, 151,000 contracts of soybeans, and 20,000 contracts of SRW wheat. Those are historically pretty hefty net long positions in the row crops, definitely more modest in regard to the SRW wheat market. Rains are active across some of the eastern Corn Belt here this morning. You've also got a system across southern Missouri into southern Illinois. So you've got the system moving from Illinois into Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio. Over the weekend, there was some spotty rain and snow in a lot of places. The coverage wasn't great, but there were areas that had quite a bit of precipitation in Iowa, Iowa-Illinois border, northern Illinois, and then South Dakota, North Dakota saw some. It was kind of all over the place. Coverage was not excellent. The next 7 days, precipitation will be confined mostly to the central and eastern part of the Corn Belt. Not a whole lot for the western Corn Belt or for the plains. The south is going to be very wet over the next 7 days. The International Energy Agency will release some more oil reserves. U.S. allied countries will follow the U.S. after the White House announced last week the largest ever release from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, or the SPR. Details regarding amounts will be made public early this week, maybe as early as today, according to the IEA. So crude oil has backed off a little bit. We're trading around $99 this morning in that nearby May WTI contract. That contract peaked at 126 on March 7th. So crude oil has backed off from its highs. National average gas price fell to $4.19 a gallon yesterday, according to AAA. It peaked in the 430s just last month. We've got another USDA report this week. On Friday, we will see our April crop production and WASDE report. This is still an old crop report, so you're going to see things like adjustments to the South American crops, any sort of U.S. demand adjustments for the old crop marketing year. You don't get your first new crop balance sheets until the May report, so we've got to wait another 5 weeks or so until that. We also have our first national crop progress report of the year this afternoon. The crop progress reports run from April through November, so you may see a corn planting number, or you may have to wait a week or two. You should see national winter wheat ratings, which are probably going to be below average because of these ratings in the southern plains. But that report will be out at 3 p.m. Central today. We had a flash sale of old crop corn on Friday. Unknown Destinations bought 136,000 metric tons, about 5 million bushels of old crop U.S. corn. That's got to be delivered before August 31st, of course, when the marketing year ends. The cattle market was mostly lower on Friday. Cash was mostly 138, a little bit up to 140. See what develops here today. In the outside markets, the U.S. dollar is higher. Stocks are mixed. Bonds off a little bit. Gold's up $10. Crude oil is up 11 cents, and the May WTI at 99.38. Fairly quiet trade in the outside markets. Everybody have a great week. I'll talk to you guys same time tomorrow.